The Gift of You, Jordan Plowman's Christmas. Written and illustrated by Ryan M. Hawks. Narrated by Ryan Hawks and his kids. If you headed north from where you are now, with walking for weeks as your goal, you would one day come to a tree on a hill and a sign that reads North Pole. The North Pole is a place most people have heard of, and there's a good reason why. Stories abound of St. Nick and his elves, not to mention reindeer that fly. But there's a story less known I'm happy to share, that is, if you'd like to hear it, of a young snowman who, like many nowadays, couldn't seem to find Christmas spirit. This little snowman, Jordan Plowman by name, had a heart filled with goodness and charm. But a frown crossed his face, heading home one night, in a hurry before dinner got warm. Poor little Jordan faced quite a dilemma, and he was down because of his plight. He wasn't excited for Christmas at all, 2 days before Christmas Eve night. What Jordan was missing, he just didn't know, and it troubled him through and through. He decided to visit the very wise owl. Surely he would know what to do.
Can't get the old Christmas spirit? I know what will make it right. Decorate your house with light,
said the owl,
and you'll fill it by the end of the night.
He began after dinner, and dessert, of course, making his home all aglow. After doing just as the owl had said, Jordan waited in the snow. And he waited, and he waited, and he waited. But though he waited for the excitement of Christmas, in his heart, it could not be found. He still did not feel the spirit of Christmas, and Jordan Plowman frowned. He had a cold bath and a cup of cold cocoa, then asked Mom what she thought he should do.
Can't seem to get Christmas spirit, my dear. Have I got the answer for you? Somebody listen to carols while falling asleep tonight when you go to bed. Surely then you'll feel the spirit of Christmas.
And she patted him on the head. As Jordan lay down to sleep for the night, Yuletide songs gently played in his ears. He listened to music of chestnuts and tinsel, of Santa and flying reindeers. When he awoke the next morning, he waited, and he waited, and he waited. And though he kept waiting for the excitement of Christmas, in his heart, it just could not be found. Jordan still hadn't found the Christmas spirit, and the snowman continued to frown.
Papa, what should I do?
Jordan asked his father after a breakfast of cold pancakes.
Can't feel the spirit of Christmas?
Said Dad.
I know just what it takes. We'll go to the forest, bring back a tall pine, decorate it from ceiling to floor. And once it's all done, you wait and you'll see. You'll feel Christmas spirit for sure.
Within a few hours, in the front living room, nearly all decorated, Jordan placed the last tinsel on the tree. Then standing back, he waited. And he waited, and he waited. And although he waited for the excitement of Christmas, it was still nowhere to be found. He just couldn't find the spirit of Christmas, and Jordan Plowman frowned. He headed outside to clear his mind when, much to his surprise, he nearly stepped on a small baby bunny, shivering with tears in its eyes.
My family was headed to Santa's house to spend the holiday, but I became lost in the storm last night. Now I cannot find my way.
Something in Jordan said to help the poor bunny, and he knew that something was right. He took his new friend by the paw, and they headed into the crisp winter night. But just a short time into their journey, the bunny started to slow. Then it fell to the ground, tired and cold, and it whimpered in the snow. Jordan took off his scarf and wrapped up the bunny, picked him up, and went on his way. In his heart, Jordan felt a very small tingling. What it was, he couldn't quite say. As the night carried on, so did the young snowman, until he heard a faint cry. As he went toward it, he came to a tree, merely a foot or so high. The cold winter night was no problem for Jordan, but froze the very small pine. Jordan tried to think how he could help the poor thing, when an idea came to his mind. He sat down the bunny and took off his hat, then slipped it over the top, over its boughs, and within a moment the tree warmed and its shivering stopped. He picked up the bunny and went on his way, glad for the good he could do. A small smile appeared on the snowman's face, and the tingling in Jordan's heart grew. The night carried on till night became dawn, and sunlight started to show. He kept on walking, strongly determined, as light glistened off of the snow. But this Christmas Eve day was particularly cold, and soon young Jordan found 2 small mice huddling for warmth near a tree on the cold, snowy ground. Jordan took off his mittens and gave them each one. The mice fit inside them just right. The tingling grew stronger as they said a small thank you, and the day became Christmas Eve night. Walking so far is a great deal of work, especially through snow so deep. Finally, Jordan couldn't go any further, and he dropped to the ground asleep. When Jordan fell down, the bunny woke up and grinned when he saw where he was. A friendly home stood a short hop away. On the mailbox read the name Claus. The bunny knocked on the door and St. Nick answered. He hadn't yet left on his sleigh. He recounted to Santa the snowman's good deeds and pointed to where Jordan lay. When Jordan woke up, he looked all around. Then he scratched his head confused. There next to him sat good old St. Nick, in overalls looking amused.
Is the bunny okay? Is he safe with his family? Am I dreaming? Or is this for real?
Santa chuckled. He's safe, and his family says thank you. But Jordan, how do you feel? Jordan put on his scarf as he thought for a moment, and then he jumped up with pride.
I feel good. I feel great. I'm excited for Christmas. I feel Christmas spirit inside.
You see, said Santa, excitement for Christmas comes in different ways, like putting up lights or decorating a tree, or each time a good Christmas song plays. But the true Christmas spirit is something much deeper than the outer glitz and the glow. It comes when we think of a manger babe born so long ago. It comes when we serve the way he did, making others' needs first on our way. That we tell him thank you for his ultimate gift, the one we can never repay. For it is he that lifts and carries us each time we stumble and fall. It is he who covers us with his grace, and he who gives warmth to all. So when you can't feel the spirit of Christmas, serve others until you do. For the love of God is what you'll get in return when you give the gift of you.